Hey, Prince. Can't see the face, so.
Take care. Drink it. Just I do police
Onyendu.
Your faith has been blessed.
Prince, come on, take a cup.
Very good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You get us.
Sorry.
I love you, brother. Okay.
Say a picture of where man
No one.
he said
Okay.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live section. Now, Nnamdi Kanu arrived court today. In fact, he was in court today. And guess what? We did not believe what happened today. We are disappointed at Justice James Omotosho for doing this kind of thing today. We did not expect him to do this kind of thing. Now, let me take you backwards a little bit so that you understand what happened in court today. Stay with me as I have a lot of things to say. A lot of things happened in court today, and I'm going to share everything with you guys in this live section. So stay tuned. So let me take you back that there was a time that Nnamdi Kanu's legal team, after the DSS witness, there was a time. It's not time for Nnamdi Kanu's legal team to now give their own witness. Now they said they submitted or they filed no case submission. They filed a no case submission, and then Justice James Omoto, meaning that when someone files a no case submission, it means that they are putting it to Justice James Omoto, so that's the judge presiding over Nnamdi Kanu's case, telling him that our Lord, that this DSS has brought enough witnesses and none can prove he's a terrorist. So, there is no case against, in fact, there's no case against Nnamdi Kanu. That is what the no case submission is. So they are saying dismiss this case. They put it to Justice James Omoto to show that, ever since they have been bringing out their testimonies, ever since they have been testifying against Nnamdi Kanu, none of the evidences can actually prove that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. So they are putting it up to Justice Omoto to end or dismiss this case. That was what a no case submission is. And then Justice James Omoto had to give it 14 days. And today is the 18th day that Kanu should resume his trial. And guess what? Justice James Omoto now said, he now came to court today. He did not give any judgment. He only postponed the case to 10th of October. 10th of October. And then because he said he's going for vacation. Imagine, when it comes to an innocent man that have not done anything, you'll be comfortable, enjoying with your family in your vacation, and then a man who has not done anything will be languishing in cell. Will remain in detention for nothing. So now, welcome back to my channel, and we're going to be exposing yet another chapter in the endless injustice faced by Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. IPOB, once again, the so-called Nigerian judiciary has shown its true face. Hypocrisy, manipulation, and utter disgrace for the life and freedom of an innocent man. On Friday, which is today, 18th July 2025, the trial resumed at the Federal High Court, Abuja. But instead of delivering judgments, we expected Justice James Omoto at least, we actually We actually brought out some 4 possible outcomes that will happen today. But guess what? They adjourned the case. We were thinking that they will strike out the terrorism charge against Nnamdi Kanu because up till now, going to 5 years now, they don't have, even if you give them eternity, they will not still say in fact, they will not have any evidence against Nnamdi Kanu that he's a terrorist. So we're expecting today that he's going to strike out, the terrorism charge against Nnamdi Kanu, and then treasonable felony will be remaining. But guys, today, there was no judgment. What he did was that, instead of delivering justice, the presiding judge, Justice James Omotosho, did the unthinkable. He postponed the case again, this time to October 10th, just so he can go on vacation with his family members. When Justice James Omotosho took over this case, he came with sweet promises of an accelerated hearing. Many believed him. So some knew better. They saw right through the plan. He was a planted stooge for powerful politicians like Nyesom Wike, petitioned to drag this case forever. Now, only a year after, the so-called accelerated hearing has become a joke. What exactly is being accelerated? The suffering, the detention, the court adjournment. The only thing moving forward is the judge's personal calendar, not the trial of an innocent man whose only crime was asking for the freedom of his people. Today, only 10 people were allowed inside the courtroom. Let me tell you. Let me tell you that only 10 people were allowed in the courtroom today. Why would they allow this to happen? Only 10 people. What is the Nigerian government hiding? Tight restrictions, tight control. When Justice James Omotosho arrived the court, when he arrived, the court roll was in respect. The usual ritual was done, and the matter was called forward. Inside the court, Nnamdi Kanu, calm and resolute, always greeted those present people in court and even received a powerful public tribute from Nigeria's Honorable Minister, Agwacha, who called him Oyendu, meaning the leader. But none of that moved the judge. Instead of delivering long overdue freedom, he adjourned the case to October, all because he wants to vacate. So, while Kanu remains in detention, Justice James Omotosho will be enjoying peaceful holiday with his family. Does this sound like justice to you? To make it worse, let's remind everyone that the Kenya court has already ruled that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and illegally rendered to Nigeria in 2021. That ruling alone should have ended the trial long time ago. Under international law, extraordinary redemption is illegal. It makes any case built on it null and void. Here we are in 2025, still dancing around adjournment while ignoring the clear decisions of a court in Kenya. It's just not shameful. It's a slap in the face of justice. Now think about this thing. An innocent man stays locked up months after months, while the judge who holds his fate in his hand freely goes on vacation. No urgency, no conscience. How can an innocent man stay locked up inside alone, facing depression, facing many traumas, while the judge who holds his fate in his hands freely goes on vacation? No urgency, no conscience. This is exactly why people call Nigeria a failed state. This is why people say Nigeria is a failed state. The law serves the powerful, punishes the weak, and mocks the very idea of human rights. Is this any wonder that people are losing faith in the system? Yet, even in this darkness, one thing is clear. Nnamdi Kanu's spirit remains unbroken. Being called Oyendu in an open court is not just a title. Yes, Agwacha called him Oyendu. Oyendu, listen to this. In an open court, he praised him. He said, Oyendu is not a title, it's a declaration that no matter how long they delay his people, no matter how long he delays Nnamdi Kanu, his people still sees him as a true leader. Take a look.
Hey, Prince. Can't see the face, so
How are you? You take care. You drink it. I do police onye ndu your faith has been blessed. Welcome.
Prince, come on, make a call.
Okay. Okay. You get us.
Sorry.
I love you, brother.
C'était mon
Okay.
You see a picture of where man was.
No one.
He said the
Okay.
So, guys, this was when Nnamdi Kanu, arrived court and then he was greeting his people. Remember that they only allowed 10 attendees of Nnamdi Kanu's trial. They only attended 10, and then people are asking, what are they hiding? What's Nigerian government hiding? Why are they only allowing 10 people to come inside the court? And then you heard that man call him Onyendu, even being in detention. Nigerian, his people still see him as a true leader. Oyendi means true leader. No prison. Let me now tell you, he was called Onyendu in an open court. It is not just a title. It's a declaration that no matter how long they delay him or his trial, his people still sees him as a true leader. No prison bars, no reached courtroom, and no judge vacation can change that. That is justice. If they like, they should adjourn the case till next year. No matter how long this case stays, the justice must be served. So as we wait for October, remember that Justice James Omotosho mocks justice today. But history will not forget. The world is watching, and so is God also. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel, and stay with me as I have a lot to tell you guys. So now, let me take you guys backwards a little bit. Since 2015, this man has been haunted, harassed, adopted, tortured, and illegally rendered. In 2021, masked agents stormed Kenya, kidnapped him, and smuggling him into Nigeria, violating every international law. And yet, till today, the same court that should punish those criminals for doing that act, the same court that should punish those people that illegally adopted Nnamdi Kanu, the same court that should punish them, that same court is pushing the victim. How does this make sense? How can a court ignore a Kenya court judgment that ruled Kanu's adoption and extraordinary redemption were illegal and unconstitutional? How can a court ignore Kenya's court judgment that ruled Kanu's adoption illegal? Where is the urgency to correct the crime? Where is the urgency to correct the crime? Now, let me break this thing down so that you guys will understand. When a judge promises an accelerated hearing, it means quick, fair, and uninterrupted. But under Justice James Omotosho, accelerated means delayed endlessly. Why? Because delay serves their hidden agenda to break Kanu's spirit and to weaken the movement. Yes, they are delaying his trial because they don't want to release Kanu. It's obvious. For Justice James Omotosho to do this kind of thing today, I am disappointed in him. I thought he knows better. Just obey your law. Obey the Constitution. This is what the law says. I don't understand why the law will be saying something And the judge is doing another thing. You don't need Tinubu to come and tell you what to do. You don't need anybody. Obey what the law says and free him. And the law have already said that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. So why are you still keeping him there? Release him. Kanu demands justice. African observers or US observers have said that the fact he was kidnapped from Kenya and brought back to Nigeria, his trial shouldn't even continue. So it shouldn't be on. They're asking, why is his trial on? Why is his trial on? That the fact he was brought back to Nigeria, kidnapped from Kenya and brought back to Nigeria secretly, that his trial is invalid, so it shouldn't be on. That's to tell you that Nnamdi Kanu should have been released long time ago, but because of Nigeria's failed system, corrupt system, he's still there. An innocent man. They called him a terrorist till now. Even if you give them the whole world or if you give them eternity, they cannot still prove he's a terrorist. They cannot still prove. DSS should be, going for these bad guys killing people, but no, they are all interested in Nnamdi Kanu's case. A man that has done nothing. You can see the propaganda and the corruption in Nigeria. Under Justice James Omotosho, accelerated means delay endlessly. Why? Because delay serves their hidden agenda to break Kanu's spirit and to weaken the movement. They are delaying his trial, just to make him back out, to make him weak. But they don't know that Biafra is a spirit. Now, to break Kanu, they are doing all these things to break Kanu's spirit and to weaken the movement. But they fail to understand that Biafra is not a building you can bulldozer. It's a spirit, and spirits don't die in detention. That's just it. Now, think about this double standard. Politicians who lose billions work free every day. People who rig election get state security and VIP escorts, but but one man who demands self-determination, a right recognized by the United Nations, his own right though, that is recognized by Nigerian Constitution, and then also a right recognized by the United Nations, must stay in detention for years without final judgment. You can see. And when it's time to deliver justice, they say, "My lord, go and rest." They say, "My lord, go and rest." How can a judge in a country with thousands of pending cases take a vacation in the middle of the most sensitive political trial in Nigeria's history? How? So of all this, is today they know that Justice James Omotosho will go for vacation. What happened to the accelerated hearing? Is this accelerated justice? Let's not forget that only 10 people were allowed inside the courtroom today. Why so few? Why are they few? What are they hiding? They know, they know that the more people see the truth, the harder it is too hard to twist the story. Yet, even with so few, inside, Nnamdi Kanu's voice was heard, greeting his people, and the Nigerian Honorable Minister Agocha called him Onyendu, the leader. They can't silence him. They can't silence the spirit behind him. Now, look at where it gets worse. By ignoring the Kenya High Court ruling, Nigeria is embarrassing itself on a global stage. On the global stage, no serious democracy respects another country's courts, another country's court judgment. No serious judiciary turns a blind eye. When an international crime, when it has to do with kidnapping and redemption, has been exposed. Now, what message does this send to us? What message does it send to us? A man that they said is innocent, they went ahead and detained him for so long.
For me, quote unquote, kidnapped, you can say intercepted as much as you want, but I think that Kanu was kidnapped, and that is wrong.
So now, a man that was, they've already said he should be released, a man that was kidnapped, which is illegal, and it violated Nigeria's own constitution. Now, let me play a video for you when Soyinka was actually saying that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. Take a look.
For me, quote unquote, kidnapped, you can say intercepted as much as you want, but I think that Kanu was kidnapped, and that is wrong internationally, and it's wrong.
Carry it too far. The Nnamdi Kanu question
is very dear to our people. That's why I met him, and we fixed an appointment. He said, bring the leaders. I brought the leaders of Southeast. Late Chukwemeka Ezife, Mbazulika Mechi, Bishop Onoha, Godio Wazulika of Aki Kenga, he was the president, and myself. And we went and discussed. That was how these leaders were given access to Nnamdi Kanu. And I prodded him to release Nnamdi Kanu, because it's a political solution that is needed there.
You think he failed in that regard?
Well, he didn't do it.
Before he leaving office?
But he said it was a difficult request because the matter is in the judiciary. But if the matter is in the judiciary, there's what the Constitution have said. As president, you can go under prerogative of mercy,
yes,
and apply it. You can ask the Attorney General to do a nolle prosequi.
Okay.
These are things that are right. And now the Kenyan court has said that even the repatriation is illegal. So I'm calling on President Bola Tinubu to exercise his rights as per the Constitution and solve that matter. We are leaders in the Southeast. We can guarantee him. We can take Nnamdi Kanu on guarantorship so that he can be released, so that our people will now have peace. So that when anybody is doing ESN or doing IPOB of close down on Monday, close down on court day, we would then know that that person is a bandit. That what he's doing is banditry, terrorism, or even robbery.
If you were unable to convince President Buhari, who was your close friend,
yes,
and with whom you worked for 8 years,
yes,
how do you think you'd be able to convince?
Bola Tinubu, president, is also my friend. We have come a long way. We've come a long way. From AC. In fact, from 2003, when I was governor. I had known him when he was a senator.
And you're still close till this moment?
I'm friend, but I'm not a part of the government, so I don't go to Villa.
Why is that so?
No, I'm doing other things.
Well, you still have
I just came back.
Relationship with him?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I'm advising him that this is where my former boss failed, for reasons best known to him. You know, he's a soldier. So if this present president does that, it will have some good marks from the Southeast.
You said Nnamdi Kanu is a political detainee and that he should be released in the spirit of unity and reconciliation. Even when you know that since the time of President Buhari has been saying this matter is in court. Let the judges, let the courts decide.
Well, you know, I know the Kanu has been there for so long. He's been to several courts on several occasions. They can't even agree on what to do. And between me and you, Dr. Abati, you're a lawyer. Justice delayed is justice denied. This man has been taken to various courts. They don't even know which charges to give him anymore. This man was abducted out of this country. The manner of abduction was in itself illegal. It's a shame. It's a shame that this country will be involved in a thing like that. But they did it. Okay, now you took that gentleman to court and he's been there for years. If you want to take him through justice, dispense justice with him, and then that's it. If you're going to jail him, jail him. If you're not going to jail him, let him go. What's the point of just keeping somebody there? And all of us Nigerians should be ashamed that we are being linked to this. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame that this is what we've turned this country to be. A Nigerian, a citizen, and you treat him like this in his own country. It's a shame. All progressive Nigerians should stand up and say this should stop. This shenanigans should stop. How long should we continue with this? If this man has committed an offense, sentence him. That's it. But if he hasn't, let him go. What is happening is wrong. It's wrong. To any right-thinking person, it is wrong. And Afenifere will continue to fight for whoever in such a position. That's what we are known for. We'll fight against any injustice from wherever it is coming from. We'll fight against it. And Nnamdi Kanu is just there. We've been doing this. We've been doing this for years. We know it. It's a template. I don't want to start repeating over and over what we do. A fellow of mine, one of my friends came on the television and talked about Shugaba to you. I was personally involved. I was the special advisor to Lagos State Governor. Then when this matter happened, and I was the person going around all over putting things together for Shugaba before it was finally released. He was not a member of our party. No. But look, we won't let this happen. And exactly what is happening now. We stood up for Dele. We stood up for him. Dele is Àjànà òkú kọjá olórí nǹkan fìrí tó bá rí ni kó sọ. That's Dele Farutimi. Àjànà òkú kọjá olórí nǹkan fìrí tó bá rí ni kó sọ. Whether Dele Farutimi is in Afenifere or any party, anywhere it could be in Nigeria, is a force to be reckoned with. He's made it. There's not anybody can do about it. But we are lucky, we are grateful that he's one of us. And we will stand with him through thick and thin. You haven't seen anything. We will stand by him. We stand for anybody that runs. You want to run foul them, run short them. Then we say no. We won't accept that. That's it. So Nnamdi Kanu, we stand by him. He must be released. He must be released. Okay. And we don't want to start. Oh, for Christ's sake, stop all this. For Christ's sake, one is getting it. Please, Dr. Abati, go on.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, on the question of state police, you have sent proposals to the National Assembly.
Yes.
Have you also made attempts to approach President Tinubu or to send a formal opinion to him on the question of Nnamdi Kanu?
No, we didn't go that far. But our position on it is known. We didn't go that far. Okay. We didn't go as much as writing letters. No, we didn't.
Okay, because I just assume that it's not every communique that is published that the president will get a chance to read. Maybe you need that follow-up effort.
If he doesn't read anything about Nnamdi Kanu, then he must find something good to read.
Anyway, Your Honor, let's talk about this issue of Sharia in the Western region. Now, there are persons in some of the states.
So, guys, you heard what both Soyinka and others said about Nnamdi Kanu. Look, if Nigerian government feels Kanu is guilty, they should jail him. If they feel he's innocent, they should release him. They should stop keeping that man. They're wasting his life for over how many years now? And only for the judge to come to court today, and then he's actually going for vacation. Postponed the case to October. That's 2 months from now. While his family, he will go on vacation with his family, enjoying the holiday, while an innocent man is in detention for nothing, ignoring Kenya High Court ruling. If Nigeria ignores Kenya High Court ruling, Nigeria is embarrassing itself on global stage. No serious democracy will disrespect another country's court judgment. No serious judiciary will turn a blind eye when an international crime is committed, especially kidnapping and rendition that has been exposed. What message does this thing send? That Nigeria is above international law? Is Nigeria above international law? Nigerian government violated their own law, violated international law, violated even Kenya's law. Thus, the government cannot adopt CM. This thing that they are doing is that the government can adopt anyone and hand under fake court processes. These are tactics just to delay Nnamdi Kanu's case. They just want to keep him there. In fact, it's clear and obvious that Kanu has not done anything, but they just want to keep him there so that, he will be in detention while election is on and campaign is on. That's their plan. Let's be human for a second. Let's be human. For those that are ranting about Nnamdi Kanu online, let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's be human. Why the judge relaxes on vacation, Kanu stays in solitary confinement, cut off from his people, his family, his community. The judge enjoys, Why Kanu is in detention? Is that justice? Every adjournment means more psychological torture. It means every adjournment that has been made, it means more psychological torture, more wasted years, more pain for a man who, whether you agree with his idea or not, he's yet to be convicted of any crime. Whether you agree with Nnamdi Kanu or not, he's yet to be convicted of any crime. If Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, me and you will, you will know. There will be evidences even before it happened. There will be evidences. But guys, 5 years and still counting, no evidence that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. What's a terrorist? A terrorist moves with gun. No knife have been found with Nnamdi Kanu. Look at the true terrorists killing people with these Fulani terrorists. They will not call them terrorists, but they will go ahead and call Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. Whether in the court, in every court, if you accuse someone, the person is still innocent, is presumed innocent, unless the person is proven guilty. They forget one thing. Nigerian government forgets one thing. They forget that woman power is temporary. History is watching. The world is watching. And above all, God cannot be mocked. When the same judge who cages an innocent one goes home to laugh with his family, who knows if the tears of the oppressed will not speak one day? Every delay is a record. Every injustice is a seed. And seed always produces a harvest. To all who believe in freedom and fairness, don't be discouraged. Yes, the court has postponed the case to October 10th, but the truth is not on vacation. The Kenya's court rulings still stand, international laws still stand, and the spirit of the people's right to self-determination cannot be killed by any adjournment. If not, they shall adjourn the case to next year. Doesn't still kill the spirit of the people for demanding self-determination. If you're angry, you're not alone. If you're tired, if you're tired of this hypocrisy, share this video and drop your thoughts under the comment section. Let's talk about it. Now, keep your eyes strong, keep your heart strong. Nnamdi Kanu remains Onyendu, the true leader. The true leader is not even ready to back out. Now, how can a judge prioritize his comfort over a man's freedom? How can a judge prioritize his comfort over a man's freedom? If Justice James Omotosho truly believes that Kanu is guilty, why postpone? If you know this, if you believe he's guilty, why don't you jail him? If you believe he's innocent, why don't you bring him out? But it's clear that he's not even guilty because they have not proven him guilty. They only accused him. And in the courts, if someone is accused, he's presumed guilty, innocent until he's proven guilty. So they should prove Nnamdi Kanu's guilty, that he's guilty. No way, they can't prove. So he has not been convicted of any crime. Why postponing? If he believes he's innocent, why keep him locked up while you relax in peace? Judges are public servants. Their duty is to deliver judgment without unnecessary delay, especially when someone's liberty is at stake. Going on vacation while a man's freedom hangs in the balance is a betrayal of that oath. In Nigeria, the rich and powerful manipulate adjournments to buy time for plea bargains or political deals. Now we see that same corrupt delay being used against an innocent man, not to help him escape punishment, but to prolong it. What message does ignoring the Kenya ruling send? That international law is worthless in Nigeria? That Nigeria is a rude state where foreign court ruling mean nothing? This drags Nigeria's reputation further into shame. Now continue listening to what others said about this delayed court ruling. Take a look.
2027 is at the corner, and we know what's happening, and we're ready for it. IPOB is 72 years old. There's no political organization that is as old as IPOB in this country. So we understand the terrain, we know the terrain. When you start doing these things, we know what you want to do, and we get ready for you. We're not talking about Sharia, we're talking about 2027. We know it. You cannot destabilize our home under one certain pretext and want us to stand back and watch you doing it. We will not allow it. If you intend to destabilize that, we say, no, you can't do it. You can't come to another man's home and tell him how to worship. You cannot go to another, look, there's Akwa Ibom. They do Christmas carol every year. You see them, the governors, everybody stands singing, and then you go to that place and you want to say you want to do Sharia. and you want to adopt them. So yeah, they say, yes, they can do film. No. They won't try. Nobody will allow it. This is our home, and this is what we do here. We are the most understanding.
For me, quote unquote, kidnapped. You can say intercepted as much as you want, but I think that Kanu was kidnapped, and that is wrong internationally, and it's wrong.
Carry it too far. The Nnamdi Kanu question is very dear to our people. That's why I met him, and we fixed an appointment. He said, bring the leaders. I brought the leaders of Southeast. Late Chukwemeke Ezife, Mbazulika Mechi, Bishop Onoha, Godio Wazulika of Aki Kenga, he was the president, and myself. And we went and discussed. That was how these leaders were given access to Nnamdi Kanu. And I prodded him to release Nnamdi Kanu, but because it's a political solution that is needed there.
You think he failed in that regard?
Well, he didn't do it.
Before he leaving office?
But he said it was a difficult request because the matter is in the judiciary. But if the matter is in the judiciary, there's what the Constitution have said. As president, you can go under prerogative of mercy and apply it. You can ask the Attorney General to do a nolle prosequi. Okay. These are things that are right. And now the Kenyan court has said that even the repatriation is illegal. So I'm calling on President Bola Tinubu to exercise his rights as per the Constitution and solve that matter. We are leaders in the Southeast. We can guarantee him. We can take Nnamdi Kanu on guarantorship so that he can be released, so that our people will now have peace. So that when anybody is doing ESN or doing IPOB of close down on Monday, close down on court day, we would then know that that person is a bandit. That what he's doing is banditry, terrorism, or even robbery.
If you were unable to convince President Buhari, who was your close friend, and with whom you worked for 8 years, how do you think you'd be able to convince?
Bola Tinubu, president, is also my friend. We have come a long way. We've come a long way from AC, in fact, from 2003, when I was governor. I had known him when he was a senator.
And you're still close till this moment?
I'm friend, but I'm not a part of the government, so I don't go to Villa.
Why is that so?
No, I'm doing other things.
Well, I
just came back.
Relationship with him.
Yes.
So, guys, you can see the corruption. You can obviously see that Nnamdi Kanu's trial is being delayed because of this unnecessary adjournment. How can they, put a date for Kanu's continued trial, and the same day, Justice James Omotosho did not even deliver any judgment? He only came and said, postponed Kanu's case to 10th October. 2 months. 2 months. The way the way we are looking at things, with how corrupt Nigeria government is, Kanu might even stay there till December. I am telling you the truth. But all we want is justice. How can he just come to court? They actually fixed today as his, trial to continue his trial. His trial is supposed to resume today. And then he only came out and just postponed his case and because he was going for vacation. Every adjournment is a silent punishment, not declared by the law, but inflated through delay. It's a slow death, mental, physical, and spiritual torture. They are using the court as a prison gate instead of a pathway of truth. Justice James Omotosho gets to go on holiday with his family, while Kanu's family cannot even freely visit him. Which law says a judge vacation is more scared than a detainee's right to see his loved ones? When it is time to clamp down on protesters, the same court moves overnight. When it's time to grant bail or rule on injustice, suddenly the court needs time. So justice is only swift when it favors the states. You can see when they want to attack protesters now, the same court moves overnight to do that. But when it comes to granting bail, they will delay. By ignoring the Kenya High Court, Nigeria is telling the world we do not respect you. This discourages other African nations from trusting Nigeria's courts in future disputes. It's a diplomatic disgrace. A judge has power over his people's freedom, but with that comes responsibility. Postponing freedom for personal leisures is abusing of office, plain and simple. Every adjournment happens in silence. No outcry from the so-called Human Rights Commission, no statement from the legal community, no pressure from the presidency. This silence proves the system is rigged, top to bottom. If the judge or his family members were detained abroad and another judge kept postponing their freedom for vacation, would he call it justice, or would he even cry that Nigeria is being disrespected? Every power-drunk judge who toyed with freedom has their name buried in shame. Omotosho's legacy will not be how long or will be how many vacations he took, but how many innocent men he kept behind bars when he could have freedom. Justice Omotosho's legacy will not be how many vacations he took, but how many innocent men he kept behind bars without freeing them when he could have freed them. Innocent people. In a serious case involving life and freedom, judges in real democracies cut short vacations to deliver urgent rulings. Why is Nigeria different? Because here, human lives are seen as cows. Human lives are treated like disposable items. Let's not pretend at all. The same Nigerian taxpayers whose rights are trampled are the ones paying for the judge's salary. So the people's fund the judge's holiday, while the same people's brother is locked up unjustly. The system hides behind legal language, adjournments, vacation. But these are just polite words for laziness and delay when justice is inconvenient for the state. If they truly believe Kanu has no case, why are they afraid to finish it now? They fear that a final ruling will vindicate him and expose the illegal redemption once and for all. This endless delays is not just a legal tricks. It's a message that other dictators speak up and you too will rot here endlessly. It's about sending fear through the entire southeast and beyond. Nigeria's own constitution guarantees the right to fair and speedy trial. Postponing a trial for vacation is a direct violation of the constitutional rights. In 2020, during COVID-19, courts used virtual hearings for urgent matters. Why can't they use the same system now? Because they don't want to finish it. You can see that, they are purposely keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. Petty thieves get bail every day. Politicians charged with billions in fraud get soft bail condition. But Kanu, declared innocent by Kenya's court, must remain in solitary detention on what moral grounds, please? Under International Human Rights Convention, detention without fair hearing or indefinite adjournment is arbitrary detention. A human rights violation. The Nigerian government is violating its own treaty promises. The only thing that's unbreaking is justice. The system is fully active when it wants to rat people's house at midnight or deploy troops. But when it comes to freedom, suddenly they need holiday. Suddenly Justice James Omotosho wants to evacuate. Every time Omotosho postpones, it doesn't just damage his name, he stains the entire judicial credibility. No Nigeria loses faith in courts and turns to self-help, which fuels more instability. You can see, today of all, they were expected some charges to be struck at, especially terrorism charge, or he should be released entirely. Because in the last court section, Kanu's legal team filed a no case submission, meaning that they're telling the judge that DSS has brought enough witness and none of them can prove he's a terrorist, so close the case now. And then they had to give 14 days, which today is the 14th day he's supposed to resume his trial, only for Justice James Omotosho to come into court and say he wants to go on vacation. Do you know what it is? A man suffering with so many health problems, so many illnesses, will be in closed doors for months again, without seeing anybody, will be alone. Do you know the trauma he's passing through? Do you know how traumatized he, the depression and everything? For 2 months, while Justice James Omotosho will be enjoying with his family. Which country does? What kind of justice system is this? Our justice system has failed. It has failed. So, guys, so I've come to the end of this live session. They postponed his court, his trial, continue his trial to 10th of October, and I'll still come back and update you guys. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.